Hi everyone, my name is Rafael. Welcome back to Park Winners. Today I want to show you some things I've learned about magnolia trees. And before I tell you what I've learned, I want to tell you about why I have a passion for magnolias. I grew up in the South and there's magnolia trees all over. And I love magnolia trees so much that the other day I was in the hood of my pickup truck in a parking lot in Sacramento smelling a magnolia bloom. And so when I smell magnolias, they remind me of growing up. Every time I see them, if I can reach them, I will smell them. And I have this thing that I think that plants and flowers should be smelled and appreciated. It's like they put out all this energy for us to appreciate them. And how could people just walk by and ignore a magnificent flower? It's like literally, they work their entire life to give us the joy of the scent. And also, of course, not to be selfish thinking it's about me, but really they're putting out the scent for their pollinators because they're attracting the bees and the pollinators that help them pollinate the trees more. But we, as humans, we get the benefit of smelling the beautiful scents that nature puts out. So when you're out there and looking at flowers and you see that there's a lot of bees on them, you might want to shoo the bees aside so that you can get in there and see what's the fuss. What is it that they're smelling? Here I am standing in front of a Magnolia Didi Blanchard. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I want to show you the beautiful magical blooms of the magnolias this time of year. But I also want to share with you some of the choices and mistakes that I've made so that you don't have to make the mistake yourself. When I sourced these magnolias, this variety is called Didi Blanchard, and I assumed that all magnolias grew big and wide and they have a beautiful canopy, etc. But the mistake I made was that I didn't realize that the Didi Blanchard variety, that this is as tall as they get. This is as big as they are. They won't get as big as the Magnolia grandiflora, which is what I originally intended to do. I had a thought that I would have this magnolia over here, this one here, and another one over here, that there would be this big triangle of magnolias, and that eventually I'd be standing in the shade here and that people could use it as a nice shade spot. But I made a mistake. I bought 3 of the wrong Magnolia Didi Blanchards. And then to make things worse, the one over there fell over and died, and it felt like I had lost a relative that day. So those of you that are into plants and trees, you can relate to what I'm saying. And when we lose a plant or a tree, we feel it. I can remember the moment, even though it fell over years ago. When I look over there and I see where it was, I do feel it. So after 12 years of growing these magnolias and realizing that I had ordered the wrong ones, I finally did the research and bought 12 Magnolia grandifloras. And those are so big that when you plant them in front of a house or a building, they practically inhale your building and you don't see the architecture anymore. So that's why I love working with smaller magnolias along the street. And I'll show you the Magnolia Little Gem. That's my favorite one because it's manageable. It only grows a maximum of 15 to 20 feet at most. It has all the characteristics of the regular magnolia, and it has the suede underbelly, which I'll show you. But I just want to show you how meaty some of these flowers are that are coming on this Magnolia Didi Blanchard. And this tree has all these different blooms coming, and they look like little white torches. So very shortly, we're going to have a huge display of these beautiful flowers all around. And one of my favorite things to do is to share with people the smell and the scent of the magnolia. So this is the first magnolia of the season. And so we just saw the first monarch.
Mmm.
Smell good?
Lovely. Lovely. So nice.
Here, check it out.
Wow, he's stunning.
Oh, isn't that nice?
What does it smell like?
Gosh, A little bit of lemon, I think.
Does it smell like clean laundry?
Very
Yes.
clean.
Yes.
Try it again.
Yes.
Amazing. So we just saw the first monarch of the season, and then this is the first
So clean and
magnolia.
fresh. Oh, it's so lovely.
Is that
Smell that magnolia?
It smells so good.
Be careful, there's a lot of wind.
I'm like,
So
is that
beautiful.
nice?
Careful.
ooh.
Don't put your hands in it.
Is that nice?
I like that.
What does that smell like?
Smells like,
Yeah, but it smells your hands like you can feel it on it.
I don't know, like sitting on my grandma's porch. That's what it smells like.
Oh, that's so sweet. Is that in the South?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I'm from the South too. That's so sweet.
It's
That
really
smell
pretty.
brings me back to the South.
Brings me back home. I would love this in my hair in a bun and then just put it right here. That would be pretty.
Is that cute?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, let's do it?
Yeah, here,
Okay.
hold the flower.
Okay.
I'll cut it for you.
Where do I hold it at? Right here?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And we can like put it in your hair. Since you said it.
Okay.
Nobody who's seen this get excited about this because we don't hand out magnolias. This is just a special moment for her.
Can you hold this for me, please? Okay, I'll just.
Oh, let's see. How cute is that? Nobody get any ideas out there.
Hold on. Let me see.
There you
Is
go.
it in there?
Oh yeah, let's see.
Okay.
Oh my god, it looks great. Here,
looks
back up.
good?
Let's see.
Okay.
Here, give me a side view. Sweet. Nice. Now you just like, tilt over and they can smell your hair.
Oh yeah.
Here, let's see. Let's
that?
see.
Picture with it too.
Just a little. The smell of the magnolias is really intoxicating, and it's really fun sharing it with people because so many people walk through plants and trees and they don't take a minute to smell the flowers. And so during my garden tours, I encourage people to smell certain flowers, especially when they're peaking. And so every week, as I walk through and I show people the gardens, I always have a focus on what's peaking that day, what is of interest so that I can show people and have them smell it. So I'm going to show you a couple other varieties of magnolias that we've planted on the property so that you can enjoy it yourself, and hopefully you can learn from my mistakes in buying the right kind of magnolia that you want for your landscaping and yard. Let me introduce you to the little gem magnolia. I love this variety of magnolia because it doesn't get too tall. You can put them out in front of your house like big lollipops. You can put them in your courtyard and it won't inhale your house or your courtyard and shade everything. These stay a nice size. And the beautiful thing about today is that they are about to peak and they're pushing out all their scents to the pollinators. And right above me, you have all these bees just like really enjoying the scents of this beautiful flower. And in here, there's this little guy just crawling around. They smell magnificent. I describe the scent as clean laundry, and people tend to agree that that's what it smells like to them. So when you get a chance to smell a magnolia, do it because they are intoxicating. Some of the characteristics of the little gem magnolia is that it still has the suede underbelly that the big ones have. So you have this suede underneath the leaves. They're very soft. Their flowers are slightly smaller than the giant magnolias, and they smell exactly like the big magnolias. You definitely want these in your garden if you can grow them, because this time of year, they bring you so much happiness. And we have them planted all around our sunken garden. We have these little gem varieties. We have the Magnolia stellata, and we also have some tulip magnolias that we've planted. So I'm going to show you the rest of them. So every year, these magnolia little gems scare the bejesus out of me because they drop all their leaves. They're just dropping their leaves, just like trees drop their leaves in the fall. The magnolia little gem drops them now, and they do it in such a fast way that it scares me because I've heavily fertilized them with Super Thrive to bring them back, and I've looked it up, and it's been confirmed that magnolias do drop their leaves this time of year. So if anyone's out there panicking that your magnolia is about to die, like I've thought so every year, they do come back. But here's a great example of what it looks like when it's in that stage. And it's scary. It doesn't hurt to give them a fertilizer, but know that they're going to come out the other side and they're going to be fine. Now I want to show you the Magnolia grandiflora. So these are the trees that I originally intended on planting. So after 10 years of growing the Magnolia D.D. Blanchards, the Little Gems, and other ones, I finally did my research and I found the Magnolia grandiflora, and these are going to be giant. These are the kind of magnolias that I grew up with, and so I bought about a dozen of them that we planted throughout the gardens, and they're going to bring a lot of shade and they're going to be beautiful. This is your typical southern magnolia that we're all used to, and some of the ones that are here are already blooming. So this variety is not dropping its leaves, and they all have different behaviors. As you can see, this guy is about to put out a big old bloom. They start off like this. They're very like meaty. Isn't that cool? And I can see that some of them already bloomed up there. And also there's quite a few on the property that are also blooming as we speak. I have a few more magnolias that I want to show you, so come with me and let me share them with you. Now I want to show you my favorite magnolia. This variety is called Magnolia stellata, and Magnolia stellata is also called star magnolia, and these literally look like little white octopus when they're blooming. This entire tree drops all its leaves, and early spring it has these magnificent blooms, and I can only describe them as white octopus. I've heard from several people on my garden tours that at the Capitol building in Sacramento, flanking both sides of it as you're going up the steps, there's these magnificent giant white Magnolia stellatas. And this year I went for the first time and I was not disappointed. They are awesome. People come from far and wide to see these beautiful trees, and I didn't know that they existed. I only heard about them because people who've been on my garden tour suggested that we go see those other ones. So this is one of the trees that I bow to during the year, especially when it's blooming. I find it hard to travel during the early spring or spring because so much is unfolding that if you're gone for a certain amount of time, you're just going to miss it. And so the Magnolia stellata only blooms for like 2.5 weeks, but you don't want to miss it in your garden. And so it's hard to plan. It's hard to plan trips when you're excited to see and show the things that are happening. So here it is. I do point it out during my garden tours, and it just looks like green leaves. But when you see it in full bloom, it takes your breath away. So finally, this is the last magnolia that I want to show you. This is a red tulip magnolia, and when it is in bloom, the show is spectacular.
Oh, this is just beautiful. Look at this. Oh.
Is it nice, Janie?
Oh, it's beautiful. Almost as beautiful as you are.
Oh, I was going to say the same thing about you.
We better.
Right now it's at the stage where it's creating these buds, and so I don't know exactly what these do. Do these turn into seeds, etc.? But they're really interesting. They have a cool texture to them, and the blooms on this magnolia is awesome. One of the reasons why I allowed myself to plant this magnolia in our sunken garden is because it falls within our color scheme. Everything is purple and white. This isn't quite purple, it's more like a wine color, but it's over here. It works within the colors, and it's a really nice tree. So here you have it. As you can see, we have different varieties of magnolias. You can choose from many varieties for yourself and your garden. And so I hope you enjoy picking out your magnolia trees, because they will give you a lot more love than you can imagine. So I hope you have a great day doing something creative or playing in your garden.